LMP1 family, aloha and welcome back to another episode. This episode will be about when should I tell others about my mental health struggles. Before we go any further, if you haven't already, like, share, subscribe, and tap the bell so you'll be notified every time a new video comes out. So, when should I tell others about my mental health struggles? Some of you may be thinking they should already know how I feel. False. No one can read minds. If you want people to know how you feel, you need to tell them. Their lack of awareness is usually not an indication of their lack of care, just lack of communication, which comes from you. Assuming someone else can accurately identify your feelings and needs without having to communicate them is unrealistic and oftentimes detrimental to the relationship. And this is something I had to learn. Because you would like to think that as much as a person knows me, they should know how I feel. They may know that something's wrong, something's not right, or that you're not you, but they're never going to know how you feel unless you communicate that. So what does this mean specifically in reference to telling others about mental health struggles? So there will never be the perfect time to tell someone about your mental health struggles. So know the video's entitled, when should I tell others about my mental health struggles? I don't have an answer for you because again, there'll never be a perfect time. If you want to disclose your mental health struggles while you're actively struggling, speak to the most trustworthy, supportive person in your life. That's what I can say. This person can help you speak to others and get help if you wish. And only you know who that person is. Only you know that person that doesn't spill water, right? So if you're not actively struggling, the time to tell others about your mental health struggles can depend on the following. So in a position where maybe you're not actively struggling, these are some things that can depend on, but I will say if you are struggling, again, you want to tell the most trustworthy, supportive person. So the first one, when you're doing well. So this provides a calm atmosphere to speak about your struggles and explain them, especially if the person you're speaking to is unfamiliar with your mental health struggles. So again, when you're doing well, you want to express this, especially if you're talking to someone who doesn't really understand it. Maybe they don't even know, but you want to be able to talk from a calm atmosphere about it, because if you're in a struggling place, you could very well get, frustrated or upset trying to explain it, and especially if they're not, understanding. The next one, which I think is very important, when it serves a purpose. There are many reasons to disclose your mental health struggles, including, but not definitely limited to the following. To explain your behavior to a worried loved one, to receive school or work accommodations, or to explain to a friend why you cannot socialize as much. So here, again, if a person is maybe realizing you're not you, you're not yourself, this could be a time to explain this is why. Or if you reacted to something or responded to something a certain way, a place to explain why. Even at work or school, not everyone needs a special accommodation, but maybe you do. So this would be definitely time to do it. And when it serves a purpose, it's really stuck out to me when I was kind of doing some research for this, because I know for me, even being a mental health advocate and having the platform I have, I'm still very cautious and I'm still very mindful of when I do share. Whether it be the atmosphere I'm in, whether it be the person, whatever the case might be. And, I have many of people that may be in my life, but this person may know the depth, and this person may know the surface, this person may know nothing, if that makes sense. So it's when you're doing well, when it serves a purpose, and when you are ready. What other time, right? When you're ready. So disclosing your mental health struggles is a personal choice. And know that. Just because you have it, it doesn't mean you have to share it. It's not even the purpose of this video. It's in the event that you want to. And it has to be when you're ready, ultimately. Disclosing your mental health struggles is a personal choice. Again, practicing the process of telling a family member or friend about your struggles can be helpful. And this is something that can be helpful to maybe do in therapy. Maybe you want to, but you don't know how, and you can kind of go through this process with a therapist. So they can, help you address any concerns that you may have. So again, we can't assume that people know how we feel, because no one can read minds. If we want them to know, we have to tell them. And while it may seem like they aren't aware or don't care, we have to take some responsibility in communicating that and just not assume. So when you are ready, it's a good time to tell, when it serves a purpose, and when you're doing well. As always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening, and see you next time.